What's up, hoodies? What's up, Hood Nation? What is going on with y'all? Please come on in. Make sure you like and share, subscribe. Drop down at the chat if you want to, or you can stay up in the skybox if you want to. The choice is up to you. But, but, y'all, I have enjoyed myself this child. This whole day has been really, really interesting. Okay, let me just say, since you know who has been back, Miss VS, Queen of the TSCC, aka Susie Cordone. Miss Susie got him shook. VS got him shook up ever since she got back out on these YouTube streets. It has been very, very interesting. And I must add, entertaining. And I even have to acknowledge that some people are just still like, I can't stand her. It is what it is. Some people are still, I can't stand her. She's evil. She's a demon. She's this. She's that. She's whatever, whatever, whatever. But I have been enjoying myself and I've been enjoying the content. And the flashback, the throwback videos that VS has been uploading on her channel. For those of y'all who might be under a rock, her channel is VS Icon. So VS Icon, ICON. I think it's a space in between VS and Icon. But she's slowly putting videos on her platform because, of course, she's trying to grow her new channel. And although she has the subscriber count that she needs to get monetized, she still got to get her numbers up. And as far as I know, it's still 4,000, right? Unless YouTube done changed it, but you need 4,000 watch hours to before you get monetized. So if that's still the same, I'm sure she'll get that soon. Though she's never had a problem in the past getting her channels monetized fairly quickly. So I'm sure she'll have it monetized fairly quickly. But while she's excuse me, while she's trying to monetize her channel, grow her channel, she's not stingy giving other people content on their channels. So that's a good thing, for a lot of content creators because back in the day, it was like VS mainly she did content on her channel. And if she wanted to, if you wanted to talk to her or she wanted to holler at you, you go over to her channel. And eventually, I think that's probably the way it'll be. Like, eventually. But right now, she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna go over here." She hit Kimmie's channel up, and I could not keep up with everybody, so I did not watch everything on everybody's channel, and I'm so mad. I wish I had like 10 eyeballs or 10 heads or something. But hey VS, hey, what's up? You said no, not at all. Hold on, what? Oh, I've been talking so fast. No, not at all to which thing that I said. Please let me know. Please let me know because I was just running my jibber jabbers. But yes, please let me know. No, not at all to which one. Are you talking about growing your channel? You never have a problem doing stuff like that? Yeah, I know that's true. But if you're talking about something else, please let me know. Drop it down. Drop it down in the chat. Miss got them shook of. But yes, we've been doing commentary on VS ever since she done dropped out the mind. Oh, girl, I already know. I already know. You don't mind sharing the views. And you don't even have to. You don't even have to. So I like that you go around, not only getting the tea and getting to know everybody, like all the new people. That's one thing that you said tonight. That's one thing I heard you say was you getting around trying to learn the new stories and the new storylines. And I'm trying to follow very closely because right now I don't see which direction you really going. I had an idea at first, but I'm just tuning in and I'm enjoying the ride. I'm enjoying the ride. I don't know if you know who I am or ever heard of me before, but from the jump, when you first, got into that shit, I always said anybody can always tell you the hood table, aka Tanya, has always said I would have knocked the shit out of them motherfuckers with a bottle of syrup. I would have drop kicked her ass across that table at the IHOP. I would have, yeah. So, I've never, ever, ever, ever said that VS was wrong for what she did. But anyway, anywho, what's up, EJ? What's up? Make sure you hit me up on the IG because I know we supposed to hook up this summer for the Omaha Days, Native Omaha Day. But yes, I'm about to drop this link because some of y'all might have been in certain areas tonight, and I just couldn't get to every video. I started off watching VS on Bayless, and that was, oh my God. Like, what Brianna did tonight was what people have been waiting for. Like, people have been waiting for it. And I know Brianna, she wasn't trying to give it to Kimmie. They had like their little, I know VS was saying, y'all made up, but they didn't really make up. It was like they had this truce, kind of like what Five Abe and Tracy and Kimmie and them tried to do. But Kimmie was like, fuck that shit. I know we got a truce and everything, but if this shit out here is juicy, if this tea is hot, if I see y'all doing some fuck shit and some junky stuff, I'm going to talk about it. So that little alliance didn't last too long with all three of them. So now it's just between Kimmie and it's just between Five Abe. And I don't know exactly how long that's going to last either. Like I said, once you threaten to put my child up on a porn site or anything else like that, I don't know how I could ever come back to that and have any kind of alliance or truce with you. It's to the dirt. It's to the dirt. But yes, yes, thank you. Welcome, everybody tell her welcome back. Welcome back. Yes. But yes, we're tuning in, VS. Keep bringing it. I'm enjoying it. I'm so glad you back. I've been waiting. Matter of fact, it's funny because me and my panel was talking last week, and I said she's gonna be back before Valentine's Day. I sure did. And they reminded me that I said that the other night. They was like, Tanya, you just said VS will be back before Valentine's Day. I was right. But yes, honey, get you some rest. I know you tired. I was just watching Bree. She had who else she had on there? She had Official D Spot on there and somebody else. But Bree is wore out. Y'all done wore Bree out. She was like, I need to go to bed. I gotta get up and go to work. Child. I'm about wore out too, and I wasn't even doing the videos. I was just watching. But we were getting a lot of tea, a lot of information, which I enjoyed. But again, a lot of people have been waiting for Brianna to not like she ain't got it. Like a lot of people is always like, man, Brie, you letting Kimmie keep on talking this shit about you. She keep on, like, you know how people pulling the scab, and eventually, oh my God, it was like everything. People was talking about, I'm so proud of Brie. I'm so proud, because she, faced Kimmie head on, and she's like, fuck that bitch. What about your shit? What about your tea? What about the skeletons in your closet? What about, because Brie, now we didn't know all the behind the scenes when it came to the truce. We didn't know that. We just knew that they weren't going to be talking on each other. They weren't, things like that. But every now and then, Kimmie, she would keep coming back and just saying things and saying little sly things. And then I swear to God, it would be like out of nowhere. And Kimmie would come and she would start dragging and she would say, well, somebody told me or somebody's telling me that you saying this behind me. I'm like, we ain't seeing shit on the streets about Brianna saying shit about Kimmie. But out of the blue, she would come and she would, drag her. And I mean, from everything from like VS was bringing up some of the shit that she had heard. Like, Brianna can't fit in her car. She can't fit in her seatbelt. She need a seatbelt extender. She couldn't walk to the car to get her paperwork. She asked me to get it because, just all these things. And so when Kimmie and VS was on the live tonight, and Kimmie was asked certain questions, and she started going into the man on the mic, which I'm telling you, that shit was just hella funny. The shit was just hella funny. I mean, it's always been funny. It's still funny to this day. Sorry, Bree, but that shit was funny. And I don't care who it would have happened to. If it would have happened to me, I expect y'all to be like, oh shit, I ain't gonna never, you ain't gonna live this shit down, bitch. You ain't gonna live this motherfucker stole your shit. He rolled off into the sunset on a 10 speed. But anyway, I heard tonight that allegedly justice was served. So I don't know if the dude got arrested, went to jail, have to pay Bree back some money, some whatever. But anyway, that's one storyline that I just every time I hear it, it's just funnier and funnier. But yeah, she started going into that, and then started going into the dude who was knocking on her window and try to get his seasonings or whatnot. And it's like, okay, just answer the questions. Just answer. Why is we discussing all this stuff? We done heard this a million of times, and and Bree was like, "Fuck that shit. Y'all got me sitting back here in the back. Y'all got me sitting behind the banner or in the background. While she's up here, basically doing what she's been doing for some time now, and that's always trying to embarrass Brianna." Like, always trying to embarrass Brianna. And one thing I've always said, and I'm gonna answer you in a second, EJ. One thing I always said when people be talking about Brie, like, they can go to her weight and that's about it. They can go to her weight and that's about it. And one thing I've never done and have never done, even offline, I'm a big girl. A lot of y'all have seen me. I got so many videos up showing myself sitting down, walking, standing up, making cakes, delivering cakes, decorating cakes. Y'all have seen me do all kind of shit on here. And I don't talk about people's weight, plus size, whatever, because I'm a plus size girl. So that's something I would never go to. But it's crazy how Kimmie is a thick ass motherfucker and always talking about people weight. I'm like, how you a thick bitch? And you always talk about people weight. That just kills me. Like, but whatever, strokes your boat, child. But what's up, B? How you doing, boo? The interior decorator of the B sector. But let's see. Let me see. VS says she'll finish up and watch tomorrow night. Thank you, boo. Thank you, boo. Let's see. EJ said, "Hex, my daughter was worrying me about VS. She loves that song." Oh yeah. What did Bree say? Oh, she was saying, EJ. Okay, so all the stuff that we've been hearing about Kimmie and the husband. No, wait, not her husband. The fiance. I guess his name is Robert. That's the pastor, right? The one who has the church down in Alabama. The one who's allegedly married already. And then there's this other guy named Chris. And I was trying to make sure I wasn't confusing the two. But basically, Brianna was like, you keep telling these same old stories about me and my nigga. But what about your nigga? What about the one that left you at the hotel? What about the one that had you flying to see him and you had to pay for everything and then they never came to the hotel? Or what about the what about the ones you paying bills for? What about, she was just saying different things like that. Different things like that. And basically giving us a little tea on Kimmie. Something that she probably would have never done had it not been for tonight when, some people is probably saying, she's trying to really impress BS, because I think a lot of people are doing that right now. No shade. No shade. Hold on, y'all. Let me put up my little picture of my fireplace. Well, it don't look like that anymore because Christmas is over. But V, is that you, boo?
Yes, me.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, so let me just finish.
I was never ever happy to see anybody got dragged but Kimmie.
Oh, and I was just about to say, let me finish telling EJ
Go
what
ahead.
Brianna was saying. But do you remember everything Brianna was saying? I took some notes. Hold on, let me go to my notes. But go ahead, boo.
Girl, why women be bragging on men and they work 2 nickels
I don't get it.
just to say you have a man, a piece of man? He look like big man. I heard.
He said he looked like Big Man TV twin. I was dead.
And girl, I saw a picture of Kimmie. You know those church ladies that had those bullet
Oh Lord.
bras, like the Madonna type big bras, and they got the really skinny legs. That's what Kimmie looked like.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
The way how she talked about Brianna. I mean, I'm not on Brianna channel. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
But see, that's the thing.
I
I
just
don't understand how big people can talk about. Like we all seen the pictures of Kimmie in that black dress. I mean, standing next to Bree, y'all look like y'all could be related. I mean, and that's no shade to Bree, like
but
for real.
Brianna have a cute face.
But I'm just saying, like, you a happy meal for, and I'm not shading Bree. I'm not. I don't want y'all to take it like that because again, I'm a big
You
girl.
can
Okay,
say
I'm
what
plus
you
size. I shop at Lane Bryant and those type of stores. Uh, but I'm like, girl.
didn't they say when you live in a glass house, don't throw stones?
It's like, and then okay, and then you keep talking about Brianna and these dudes that she fucking with, but then the word on the street is you got somebody's whole husband as your whole fiance.
Girl, polygamy.
I don't understand the reads here. I really don't understand the reads. So just like you said tonight, a lot of people have been waiting for Brianna to go in on just Kimmie, but that's the type of shit that I know a lot of people say shit about. That crew over there, they can't be trusted. They always on the phones. They always behind the scenes. They always this and always that. But Brianna does have some type of loyalty that
Mhm,
she truly tries to show towards certain people.
mhm.
And I think she was really trying to abide by that truth
But
because
listen,
people have been begging for it. They've been
didn't
begging
you
for it.
didn't you hear that Kimmie dragged? Okay, first of all, after Kimmie did all that she did, she talked to ODS to come and talk to Brianna to say, let's call it a truce. You wouldn't talk about me, I wouldn't talk about you. After she done dragged her. And
But
then
yeah,
she went back on it and start talking about Brianna again.
again.
Mhm.
Like when ODS showed us the date, I'm like, well, damn, she done talked about Bree several times since then.
Yeah. And
But
The thing about Kimmy, she talks about people, but she don't like people to talk about her. She in the wrong sector.
And you know what? Bree said, you know what? You can call my job. You can do this. You can tell them I cuss you out on YouTube. You can do whatever the fuck you want to.
Mhm.
And
But
I
she
hate when people go to that resort though. Like you gotta. I would hope that she wouldn't do some shit like that. But
but she look like a vindictive type. Yeah.
from what I heard, she is the vindictive type who will do some shit like that behind whatever. Like when I heard tonight that they said she sent not the FBI but a detective somebody to 7 stars.
Mhm,
Like I don't know if that's true or not.
mhm,
But because somebody talking about you or dragging you on social media, you wanna,
mhm.
and then like the fact that well, I don't want to say facts, but the allegations that she was trying to hire a hitman to take care of certain men on the YouTube streets.
It's never that serious. Let me tell you, this girl could give it, but she cannot take it.
Mm,
She could give, but she cannot take. And the thing is, Brianna was good to her. That was like a good little friend that she could have had.
yep.
But she is upset about Brianna and Pizarro's friendship.
And my thing is this. Okay, so we all didn't have friendships, right? And
Mhm,
we probably 99.999% of us has fucked up a friendship before
Mhm,
and then
mhm,
begged for forgiveness. We
mhm,
might have said something that they told us not to say or
mhm,
something like that. But the fact that Kimmie keeps bringing that up. Well, she said it to me as tonight. Well,
mhm.
I thought we was real friends, but then I found out, screenshots and everything. She's telling my business behind. Okay, 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 okay. So she told your business behind your back, but you've been dragging this girl for months and months and months and months, but she's been leaving you alone.
But I can't
Literally.
swear. I can't swear for nobody. But I really don't believe that Brianna told Kimmy business. That's the first person that Brianna let close to her, like to know where she was, actual meet up. The whole thing was Kimmy wanted Pizarro mouth shut, and Brianna couldn't shut it.
Well, I do remember. I do remember. I'm sure you do too. When,
Mm,
that day when Kimmie had got into it with Pizza because she was talking stuff in the chat, and I guess Kimmie was like, you know what, you tell your girl, fall back, woo 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 woo. And then Kimmie kind of, I think she jumped off the panel. I'm trying to make sure I remember this right. Chat,
mhm.
keep me honest. Chat, keep me honest. But I think she had jumped off the panel. She just left the panel because she was so angry and frustrated because people was coming at her in Brianna's chat.
But the thing is, you have a chat, and there's people in your chat, even that you brought me up. You don't know what's going to come out my mouth. So how should you be held responsible for it?
Well, Brianna has always had one of those chats. She still does, where she's like, I don't care what they do, I don't care what they say. If y'all
Yeah.
want to argue and fight in the chat, I really don't care. So she's always had that type of chat,
So
and
why
so
should she
does
change it for
Pizza.
you? Mhm.
Because I guess she just thought that her friendship was child.
No, but as you see in the YouTube sphere, Kimmy could give it, but she cannot take it. She cannot take a drag. She can't take people talking about her because she don't feel good about her. Like somebody get on there and start cursing you, you looking at them like you don't know me,
Mm-mm.
girl. Let me help you. Let me help you drag me. What you got to say again?
But
Let me
my
help you drag.
thing is,
You don't know me.
if you don't want nobody talking about you, then don't talk about other people. It's quite common sense. If you have to resort to going behind the scenes and taking a shit off of YouTube and stalking people or doxing people or trying to hire hitmans and shit, then just stop talking about, because that's never going to happen. You're never going to be allowed to talk your shit in the B sector and not have somebody else talk shit back to you.
And you
And
know what?
no matter how theatrical your panel is, no matter how animated you get, no matter how, people is like, a lot of people don't take her seriously anyway. I mean,
Mark my word.
she
Mark my word.
okay.
Because of that cussing out tonight, and you know how Kimmy hold a man near and dear to her heart. You know how Kimmy want a child and can't have one. Madison Blue. That
Oh,
was supposed to be her child name. No, Brianna don't
is that,
touch.
hold on? Was that what the tea was?
Yeah, she was adopting kids. She wanted to adopt some kids from some other country. Something like that.
I remember hearing that she wanted to adopt kids, but Madison Blue, did you say that was the name of a child?
That was supposed to be one of the name of her twins.
Oh.
Which I guess she was going to name that. That's the name she likes.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And
I never
now,
really wondered what
now
that name
that
came from. I just thought
now,
it was the name, but
no, no, she was using that name in the chat. when she said she was leaving YouTube once.
Yeah, I remember she was using the name in the chat, and I remember Brianna's knew that was her, and I remember
Hmm.
Peace Love. That's when her and Brianna kind of fell out. Well, Peace Love fell out with her or whatever because she was like, how the fuck you know that was her, and you ain't say nothing, and she's in the chat trolling and talking shit to people and all this kind of stuff, and you knew that was her, and me and you supposed to be cool. I remember all that. I just did not know that the Madison Blue was taken from something that she wanted to name her child
Yes,
or something.
yes. And the thing is, now that Brianna hit her, the most that she wants is to have a kid and to have a man, and she don't have both. Kimmy is in her blow up mattress now crying. And
But
it's about to be war now because she
oh
gonna try
yes,
to get somebody to touch Brianna.
you know what? Who was that? Oh my god. Who? I see. I've been watching so many people. I was watching Chopper. I've been watching so many people over the last few days. But somebody chat if y'all know if y'all been watching. Somebody said it's about to be a war. Literally, somebody literally said this yesterday, but I cannot remember who said it because I've been watching so many videos. But
And the
somebody literally
war
said it's about to be a war in the
is
beast.
about to be. Think about it. Kimmy wants a man and can't have one. She wants kids and she can't have kids. And Brianna hit her where it hurt tonight and embarrassed her and talking about her little car.
Oh, when she called that motherfucker a pebble, all I can think was pebbles and bam bam. That's all I can think about was pebbles and bam bam.
When she told her about her car, she and then she sent a picture of her dude, the car, and he was like, "Wow, that's nice." What she sent a picture of her car?
Yeah, she wanted a picture. She wanted a picture of Brianna's car. I was like, hold up, her car the size of a pebble. Oh damn.
Girl,
Yeah. And you know what? I have a several relatives who got those type of vehicles, the cars, and the ones they got are on the small side. Now I'm a big bitch, right? So I need me an SW to the V. All right. Not an SW to the V, a SUV. That's what I need. So I gotta feel comfortable and get my ass up in the seat and I can't get in them little ass cars because I'll be like choking on the seatbelt and shit. Don't
girl.
let me get in a wreck and they gotta use the jaws of motherfucking life.
When she said, and it was jealousy, that's why she spoke up about Brianna and her car. When she said that she told the salesperson that she got it come from Kavana. I was like,
And I'm like, hold up, Carvana? Is that like what's that other place that people be talking shit? They said
CarMax.
CarMax. Is that like the same type of place?
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay.
Now she
Well, I
talking
mean,
about a
if that's
brand new
true,
car. A brand new car. Brianna got off a lot. And 20,000 people might have drove Kimmy car before she got to it.
she said she got the car from Carvana, and the dealer or the lady said, "Oh no, they don't even give
Warranty.
warranties. They don't even give." I'm like, see,
Now
okay.
you
Let me.
know her
This is
feelings.
what. Excuse me. This is what I don't understand. If this person over here is not saying shit to you, not talking about you, they hold on to their little truce, their little white flag or whatever, and you continually talking shit about them. Some of the shit is slick shade, some of the shit is just straight open, opening out on your panel, talking shit. How long did you expect? You knew that day was gonna come eventually. Now, I'm not saying that people thinking. I heard today that somebody said, "Do you think that somebody put batteries, aka BS, in Brianna's back?" I don't know. I can't say that because I think eventually the shit was going to happen.
Yeah,
It's
I
like the
don't.
shit was going to happen. Like you continually talking shit about this girl and she left you alone. But then Kimmie be the one over here talking about, I keep telling y'all to leave me alone, leave me alone, leave me alone. But you're the one who's always talking shit about people. I be so fucking confused. Like, what the fuck did I miss? I know I'm trying to keep up with all the videos, but she's always talking about people won't leave her alone, but she's always the one who's talking shit about people.
I don't think
I'm confused.
if we are being honest about the whole thing, I've never heard. I didn't hear it. I only hear Brianna say it because I don't follow all the channels. I ain't got that much time. Now, I'm sub to Brie, and I saw when her live went out, and I got in there, and I didn't know what they were talking about. When I heard her call, trying to red ball back, and she started talking, I picked up on it. Now, if Kimmie been talking about her and BS didn't say anything, no, not BS, and Brianna didn't say anything. And no, tonight she jumped up on the panel talking about Brianna again. That's the straw that broke the camel back. VS didn't put no battery. It's not to say, well, all of a sudden Kimmie didn't say nothing and Brianna just jump up, they start talking. No, you give what you get.
But she ran. I was like, Kimmie, where you going?
Who ran?
Kimmie, she left the panel.
No.
BS was like, Brianna, you done made her run off. Brianna, oh, it's so funny because Brianna, she had brought up she said, and let's not even discuss the Dory shit. And VS was like, hold up, Brianna, you couldn't like work your way up to all these niggas, to these husbands, to these fiancés. You couldn't work your way up. She said, Kimmie, if you want to come back. Oh my God. It was so funny. But then VS eventually went over to Kimmie's house and, clicked on her link. But, child.
Well, they gotta play, they gotta play on each other's station.
Oh my God.
Yeah. But Kimmie got what she deserved. The way she talked about everybody knew Brianna had weight on her. But the way how she just told it, I thought chick was skinny as me or skinnier than me. I'm like, oh, she a bad bitch.
And
But when I saw her,
weight.
I'm like, what?
If you really like somebody, you don't care if they 1 pound or 1,000 pounds. You don't give a fuck. It that you like their personality, you like their spirit, you like their.
Listen,
you know what I mean?
You remember I told you who I'm married to?
Yeah.
Do you know after a while I forget what their color was? Because you don't think about stuff like that.
You don't care.
No, you don't think about stuff like that.
See past all that shit. And I got skinny friends, I got fat friends, I got friends who are bigger than me, smaller than me. We don't even look at shit like that. It's like, I mean, you don't. And when you have friends like that, there's no way in hell I'm gonna have a friend and we cool as fuck. Then we break up and I'm like, you fat nasty bitch.
Yeah.
Like
that's what I don't understand.
Friend for all that time. Like now she's a fat nasty ass bitch.
You felt that way all along. You felt that way. You felt that way. And the thing is, it's not to say you were skinny talking about her.
Yeah, like
you said, she is one burger, not even a Happy Meal, a burger away.
But the picture, that picture that she allegedly sent to the Mason dude on accident. It made her look all small and stuff. They said that was like a filter or something.
Oh, I never seen it.
And she was like, she said, yeah, y'all talking about me and y'all was surprised to see that picture of me. But from the neck up, I can't see you that small from the neck down. Like, and again,
the real picture came up.
You or nothing. I'm not shading you or anything because I'm a big girl. I ain't got no shame in my game. I might be off of the camera tonight, but I got thousands of videos showing myself. I'm not ashamed of myself. But
you were out there, out from head to toe. We have seen you.
I've been doing all kind of shit on my videos. Like y'all done seen me a million times show myself. I don't care. But it's like. You're not a small girl. I don't know who told you that you are a small girl.
But the thing is, I think what happened to her, some people start talking and then they can't figure out shit to say. So they say what everybody else been saying.
Yeah, like
and they think that they're saying something. And saying the same thing that everybody else is saying because you run out of shit to say.
Because what else can you say? I mean, what else can you say?
Somebody took you out to eat. They're on the phone with you. You lend your friendship sneakily to them. and then it's like being home. I think I know how Brianna felt when you let somebody in your world and then they end up doing something like that. It's like being home and being robbed,
And that's
because I
why.
have never let anybody else close to me. I trusted you and I let you around me. I even take you with me to go buy a car, something that important. And that's what you're gonna do?
And it just sounds like I don't. I know this ain't probably how it happened, but it literally looks like and sounds like it was a setup from the jump. That's what it looks like and it sounds like. Like you never really liked this girl. You never really was her friend. And I mean, just the vile things that you say about her, and she finally hitting back. She finally striking back, and it's like, how can you feel so vital about somebody that you considered a friend for so long? Like I just don't, I don't get it. That's not a real
She
friend.
was never a
That's not a real
friend. Honestly, I think when she's seen, because you could tell Brianna is a bit ambitious on here. You know, she works. It seems like she keep a nice place. You know what I'm saying?
She has
She,
very
she is
high esteem.
she is who
Proud
she
of
is.
herself and all her
Yeah,
accomplishments.
yeah.
You know,
And she speaks about it. And the thing is, a
yeah.
lot of people speak about stuff and they can't live up to it. So when Brianna brought her into her world, the whole time she was hating. And then, who are you to go buy a brand new Mercedes Benz and I can't? Who are you to have a nice apartment and I can't? Honey, it is out there for everyone. I was telling this friend of mine who on the phone tonight talking. We met on YouTube. She live in Atlanta. And I was telling her, I don't have a degree, and I am not embarrassed to tell everyone I don't have one. I have never strived to get one. It was just not my thing, you know, and I'm still not embarrassed about it. But I could appreciate people that could go get the knowledge and study. I will never hate on someone for something that they rightfully go out there and get.
Everybody. It's literally not for everybody. And I know people who never got a degree in college and they make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year
Amen.
compared to somebody who is owing hundreds of $1,000 to
Yeah,
colleges and they're not making that much good money.
even when Kimmie was boasting that her rent is $3,000 a month. I said that's nothing to brag about.
Ain't no way I'll be paying those $3,000 for no goddamn apartment.
And nothing to brag about. Save, I would rather live in a full coupe and save that money and buy me something that I could have some
I'm gonna
equity in.
buy me a
Like I
house.
am bragging
I'm
out of
gonna
this.
buy me a house. I'm gonna buy me a house.
Then cutting your hair over a man, cutting off your nails, girl. Don't cut your arms.
Well, they did say that she was suicide, and that's nothing to joke on. So I'm not trying to go there. But
Well,
my
I
thing
didn't
is
bring
that
that part
you need
up. I
to
didn't
have
bring that part up. I'm just saying, don't do no drastic stuff over no man. They ain't
not
worth
over no man, not over no man, especially a man that ain't really yours,
it.
allegedly. But my thing is how somebody with so many problems and so many issues constantly dragging somebody. I don't get it. That's one thing I don't get about the B sector. 1 year you getting evicted. Next thing you borrow money from somebody, but then you on YouTube dragging motherfuckers as if your life is so grand.
And what
Hell,
James
I just
said,
made payment arrangements with my motherfucking gas bill last month because we live in the motherfucking Midwest. I don't know where y'all live, but our gas bills be like 3, 4, and 100 and more a month in the wintertime.
but listen,
Yeah.
it's like
Like,
James
hey, I
said,
ain't gonna act like I'm a rich bitch. Shit.
it's like James said, what we are witnessing is that the blue bus passed by and they empty it on YouTube.
Child, did you say the blue bus or the yellow bus? What's the blue
The
bus?
blue bus, the yellow is safe, the blue.
Oh Lord.
Because I'm like, are you not thinking you were just being evicted? You were just borrowing $300, but you're paying $3,000 rent. Like, where they do that at? You're not
I'm not
paying back
paying
your
no
debt. Where they do? That has to be a mental thing that you're thinking that you have it and you really don't.
I told
But
y'all
people
my
can see it.
story, and I didn't have some hardships. I some lost some things in my life. I didn't gain some things in my life. I done, it's a hard enough life out here. Okay, I'm born and raised in the hood. I grew up poor. I done had good credit. I done had fucked up credit. I done had old cars. I done had new cars. I done had nice homes. I done had not so nice homes. So a lot of people done heard me be very transparent on here. I will never get on here talking about what somebody has or what they don't
Mhm,
have. But what I will
mhm,
say is
mhm,
when that damn landlord tried to raise my rent to $1,000 a year
mhm,
ago during COVID,
mhm,
and my house I know was not worth that much in the hood, I
mhm,
found me a motherfucking realtor. And y'all,
mhm. You took us on a journey.
I blogged my journey from
Mhm,
the first house I looked at to the damn day that what's my last vlog in my house was, I think that
mhm,
was the reconstruction of my front yard. Because I had
mhm,
them tear up my whole front yard, and I took y'all through that. And
mhm.
I'm not paying no 3,000, no 1,000, no 1,500, no 2,200 for nobody else's motherfucking
Yeah.
property.
Mhm. And you
That
know
ain't
what?
nothing to brag about. It ain't nothing to brag
Yeah,
about.
ain't nothing to brag about. And this is one thing me and that friend was talking about tonight. Even in the decor community, everyone is trying to one up the other. People having storage room with furniture to switch it out to impress who? You go into storage shed and get furniture to put in your house, and then in another month you switch it out again to impress who? You don't have a designer job. I could see if you had clients. And that's why my channel, I tried to show people how they could take nothing and make it something. I ain't got to impress nobody. I will tell you in a
Absolutely,
heartbeat, I got it out the damn garbage.
you absolutely don't like. For instance, my motherfucking living room furniture. I bought it from
Mhm,
Nebraska Furniture Mart clearance. This was
mhm,
before I bought my house, and
mhm,
that's why I didn't buy new furniture for the living room because I literally bought the furniture a year before I bought my house. So
mhm,
it was perfectly fine. But the whole set was
mhm,
like $500 to $600. The whole set.
mhm,
Now when I tell you
mhm,
this top quality, I don't know
mhm,
why they didn't charge that much for the shit, but it's top quality. The
mhm,
furniture that I got, y'all done seen it
mhm,
online. Now my bedroom set when I bought my house, that bitch cost $3,000.
mhm.
So I might have a damn coffee table that costs 150, and I might have a TV that costs 2,000. But it's like no matter what you have in your own house, it don't matter because we all struggle at some time in our life. I'm not on here to brag about shit, and I'm
What
not on here to tear nobody down.
what
Like,
makes
when you
me
try to tear
happy?
people down
Mhm,
and people know that you done struggle,
mhm.
like that is so I
Every
so
sinner had a
asinine.
past.
It's so asinine to me. How
Mhm.
you can't afford your rent and you getting evicted, but you want to talk about somebody else's dwelling place or somebody? It don't make sense to me. It don't make sense to me.
I have a coffee table
Mm.
that's worth, I would say, $700, right? But I bought it a few years ago as a set from Ashley Furniture. But I could also show you a coffee table that I picked out the garbage. I could also show you one that I got at thrift store.
Honey, y'all know I love me a good old nasty piece of thrift store. You didn't see my haul for my Christmas
No,
decorations. I was
yeah,
right
I
at
did
the
too.
motherfucking Goodwill. Everything I bought all through my house, all my Christmas decorations, inside and outside, besides a few things that came from Amazon, came from the Goodwill.
I've had people, I hear them talking on YouTube talking about, oh, you getting that old nasty stuff or the Goodwill. I said, girl,
I
don't
shop
talk
at the
about
Goodwill,
it.
I shop at the mall, I shop at Target, Walmart,
Mhm,
Amazon.
mhm,
I shop wherever the fuck I want to.
mhm.
Like I say, I'm not bougie, I'm bougetto. That's my term that I always call myself. I'm from the hood, I'm from the ghetto, but every now and then I like to splurge and buy nice.
Mhm,
I'm
mhm,
hood and I'm from the ghetto, but I know how to act in the
mhm.
motherfucking office or in the motherfucking, you know what I mean? Like I know how to
Like,
act at
like
my
Tanya,
job and
just like
so
you, just like, yeah, just like you. From the beginning, when I started showing stuff, I never pretended. I have never pretended. My thought was, this is my whole thought process of my channel. I was a single mama living in the hood, but I liked a nice place. And my money was funny and my change was very strange. And I went in stores or I went in thrift shop or when people throw their stuff out, I look for the good quality. I'm a quality type person. And whether I had to paint it, whether I had to do whatever with it to make it my own. And some of these things that I brought from when I lived in the hood, I lived in New Jersey. I brought it here with me and it's still relevant. You don't have to pretend to nobody. Your money is better with you than with anybody else. To me, a
That's right.
bargain,
I agree.
a bargain is just like hunting to me. I like to know. That's what turned me on when I can get it. Somebody don't pay so much for it, and I can get it for next to nothing. That's what make me happy. I am
Yes.
not lying to say no. And then you buying all of that. Oh, you buying this, you buying it, whether you lying or not. And then you don't have no permanent place to put it. You moving like roaches.
I swear the only thing that I really always buy expensive
Mm-hmm.
is my sneakers because I'm a
Mm-hmm.
sneakerhead. I
Mm-hmm.
swear I will pay 150, 200 for some shoes like it ain't shit. I mean, I used to buy 2, 3 pair of shoes every payday. That's
Mm-hmm.
one thing that I do like to splurge on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, some people might like to splurge on nails,
Mm-hmm.
eyelashes,
Mm-hmm.
lace fronts,
Mm-hmm.
weed,
Mm-hmm.
things like that. My thing is sneakers. And it has always been because I've always been on the tomboyish side.
Mm-hmm.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's like whatever you spend your money on, just make sure your money is working for you.
It's working for you.
More than you
And
working for
all
money and
and
you got
all of
something to show
mm-hmm.
for.
Mm-hmm. And all of that trying to pretend and people can literally see that what you're saying doesn't match up.
It don't
Because
match up. It don't.
people who know about quality or they know about, expense or whatever, they're looking at you and be like, you crazy girl.
Mm-mm.
And Brianna is living the life that she shows on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
She is.
hmm And hold on, let me answer this question by EJ. I don't want her to think that I'm ignoring her,
Mhm.
but she said, "Did Bree and Kimmy break up because of pizza, or was Kimmy threatened by their friendship? Also, wasn't P Tracy's sidekick first?" Okay. As far as Tracy, I think pizza used to be in Tracy's chat a lot.
Yeah,
And
yeah, she was.
James, I mean not
They were
James,
really
but
good.
Sean, way, way back in the day. Kimmy, as far as pizza, they did get into it because that was what we was talking about earlier when pizza was in the chat dragging and Kimmy, I guess she expected Brianna or the I
She
don't know what
asked
she expected her
Brianna.
to do to tell pizza shut the
She
fuck up,
asked
leave
Brianna to
her alone,
stop.
you know, I don't know.
Yeah, she asked Brianna to tell what's her name to hold off, stop doing what she is doing because she couldn't take the drag.
Uh-huh.
And Pizza said Brianna can't tell her what to do.
hmm
And she will jump off of Brianna channel and go light up the spaceship and call her the Michelin Man and
Oh
what's it
yeah.
again? Busted
What they
biscuits.
call her? Cornbread. What they call her? Cornbread. Jiffy mix. They call her Jiffy mix and all kind of other names and I.
And you know what? She felt like Brianna might have told Pizza and them how she looked because there wasn't any pictures out here with her.
And that didn't last long. Like I said, when that's the one thing. When you make enemies up here on YouTube, they will grab all your mugshots. Did you see my post on my community wall the other day? I said I think I'm going to rename this sector Mugshot Sector instead of the B Sector because I mean they just dropped a mugshot of Dovey Milton
Hmm.
for child abuse or some shit. I was like, what the fuck? Do y'all just go online searching every content creator? I mean, how y'all just know to search and look up people?
But let me tell you, once someone shows their face on there, do you know you Google have this image whatever that you could search an image
Yeah, yeah.
and it could
Oh,
take
I'm
you
a
right
fan
to
of
the
catfish.
person's Facebook or whatever. And once you get the real name, honey, you're gone. It's over with.
But see, I'm a fan of Catfish. You know the TV show.
Hmm.
I'm a fan of Catfish, so I know all about dropping the picture into Google, and it'll try to search that exact picture and stuff, and then you
Hmm.
find out that it's usually coming with a Facebook or a IG.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yep,
Yeah. So
sure
don't,
does.
if you don't want to be exposed, don't put yourself on here.
And it's like it's I know. Okay, it's not that I don't care if anything that I've ever done came out, but I don't. You know what I mean?
I don't.
Like I know what I done been through all my life. I did it. The shit I done done, good and bad. I know. I done had come ups and I done had drag downs. I know. Everybody has. So when people go and they look up your background and they find information and they put it on YouTube, it's like they think they're doing something to stop you from doing something. But does
Because,
that really work? Does it really work?
like I said to you the last time,
Have stopped dragging or shit like that because somebody posted a picture of their mom or posted a picture of they I don't know their kid or posted a picture of like you can't silence people with shit like that.
my thing is, like I told you the last time I was on your show, if anything that anybody could pull up of me will make me shock or surprise, I don't know it.
Nothing. I mean, I'm just like
If I got arrested, I know I've been arrested.
I gives two fucks. I'm so serious. I give two fucks. I could never be silenced in real life, and I can never be silenced on here. So if somebody's doing some commentary that you don't like, you better chop that shit, charge to the game, or just do commentary back at them. But going
Yeah.
all outside of YouTube and doxing and trying to find all this information on people, it that does not stop people from. I mean, look at 7 Star just for example.
Oh
Seven
Lord,
stars,
that's a
like
bad
the shit
look.
they did to Seven.
Hmm.
And I know VS was involved in that, so I'm not trying to go all into the details.
Hmm.
My point is the
Hmm.
shit that some people go through on here when it
Hmm.
comes to doxing, it don't silence them.
Hmm.
It don't.
But some people are ashamed when this stuff come out.
Fuck being ashamed. I mean, okay. I'm not okay. Now there's certain things that people might be ashamed about, and I understand. I
Hmm.
understand. But
Hmm.
it's like this. It's like when people go to your Facebooks and your IGs and your Twitters and all that. Like I heard somebody say, if I post it on there, I'm not embarrassed.
No,
I
no.
post it on there, I obviously want somebody to see it. If I post it on there, it's like y'all be grabbing pics off of Facebook and Twitter and all this kind of shit, and it's like, okay, so you got a picture of me? Oh, okay,
But
yeah,
the
that's
difference, the
sweet.
difference, the difference is, Tanya, you are living in your truth. Some people are not. It's like
But that's
Kimmie
what you
trying
got
to
to do.
show herself skinny and she's not skinny.
You have to live in your truth. I'm not about to put no picture on here making me look 100 pounds lighter when I know I'm a big bitch. Like, I mean, like, what? I mean, come on. You can look at the top of Kimmie from the shoulder up and tell she's a big girl. You can look at me
Hmm.
from the chest up because I at least show my chest when I'm on here. You can tell I'm a big girl, and I'm not ashamed that I'm a big girl.
But
I
I'm saying,
I
if
stand
you
in my shit.
embarrassed,
I stand in my shit. Yeah, I'm a big girl. Yeah, I need to lose some weight. I'm gonna try to get to that shit as soon as all the snow and ice and shit get off the
but what
ground.
I'm saying, if
But
you're
until then, I'm
embarrassed
gonna just
about
be
it,
me. I'm me. Take it or leave
hmm
it.
if you're embarrassed by it, right? Why make another person who have weight content? Maybe
That's
no
that's
one
what
will
I'm
pay us no
saying.
mind.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I hate the most is when people come on here and they are not perfect and they drag other people for the same shit that they going through. I don't fucking understand it.
Even if they're
Like if
skinny,
you
they
over
won't
there
talk
on
to you.
Section 8 and welfare, but you dragging a bitch because okay, like okay, I know they be dragging Jay Wilson because he does Uber. And y'all know I have a whole YouTube channel where I blog my DoorDash when I was
Mhm,
working for DoorDash. And I,
mhm,
I, I even got DoorDash videos on here on the hood table.
mhm,
I'm
mhm,
like, I got homegirls who drive for Uber and they clear. I mean, on a good day, they clear like $1,000. No
mhm,
fucking lie. Like they get so many good tips. They make more
mhm,
than my ass do. And I got a
mhm.
really nice job. Okay.
But
So
listen to
I'm
this,
not hating on
Tanya.
somebody with an Uber job or a DoorDash job or
But
anything.
Tanya, you know what the difference is between your friends or you and Jay Wilson? He make fun of people if, like, for instance, if he wasn't exposed for maybe doing Uber or, the clergy or whatever, he will tell you he have a totally different job and everybody else's job is crap. I
And I
think that's
totally
why
I
people
remember
lean
that.
in
I
on
remember
him.
that. I remember when
That's
he
why
was saying
people
he
lean in
working
on
like
him.
he was making like what did he say 80,000, 100,000 or some
Hmm.
shit like that. And I don't know if he could have been shit. He could have been making 80 or 1,000. Hell, I make. Well, I ain't gonna even tell y'all
No,
what I made.
no,
I ain't
no,
gonna tell you
no,
what I
no,
made last year because I bitch
no.
made some good money last year, and I'm gonna owe the I to the motherfucking RS.
Mm.
And I'm like, damn. Me and my oldest son was like, God damn, mom, how much you think you gonna owe the IRS this year? I'm like, how much you think you? We make some good money, but not to be bragging,
But
but
listen to this. I don't
man,
want that to pass, Tanya. I don't want this to pass. Claim as much things as you could claim.
all I do, I'm gonna claim the house, and I'm gonna claim the dog, and I'm gonna claim.
The cake, anything
I'm
you
like,
buy,
anybody got some
clothing you
extra
buy for
kids?
work, groceries.
Anybody got some
Claim.
extra kids? Yeah, I'm claiming it in the name of Jesus. I'm claiming it.
Mm-hmm,
Shit, fuck that shit. But yeah, the
mm-hmm,
IRS, ooh, Uncle Sam, he gets me every motherfucking year. But no, my point is, and I know
mm-hmm,
that some people have issues with Jay Wilson because of a lot of things that he might have done, shading people like maybe Rico, who might not have
mm-hmm,
a good job or
mm-hmm,
or a good home, or you know what I'm saying.
mm-hmm,
But my point is, people who talk shit about people and they might be going through the same shit. That's what I'm saying. Like, why come on here and drag people for some shit, and then you see how they dox? You keep
mm-hmm,
dragging people for their shit, and they
mm-hmm,
gonna dox you, and they gonna try to
mm-hmm,
find out everything about your motherfucking ass. You kind of
mm-hmm,
like be setting yourself up for the shit. I guess
mm-hmm.
that's where I'm going with the shit.
But
Like you can't be dragging somebody about what they doing, and then you got 25 million mug shots out
mm-hmm,
here for theft,
mm-hmm. I
theft,
know, I know. They show Kimmy's mugshot too.
theft.
Of all things, not whooping somebody ass, but
Not whooping nobody ass, but theft.
hmm. Yep. But you know what? I know people. I'm around people with a lot of, I would say,
Good
degrees.
night, EJ.
And
Thank you for tuning in. And don't forget to hit me up on IG, the Hood Table IG, so we can hook up this summer.
yeah, I know people that are in position, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they never act like Jay Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
The people that I know try to help other people to get to a point. It's never in brag,
Mm-hmm.
because the difference, like my husband will say, when your money comes, it comes green. It doesn't matter, lawyer, doctor, or whoever. He said there's some
Right.
educated fools out there. He said if you he said the only difference between him and a person that is working at a store or any other job, he said, I just had the ability to retain knowledge. But everyone is good at something. There's some things I'm not good at.
Mm-hmm.
But to look down on a particular person because they haven't studied the way you study, or they haven't done. He said, you know how much of these people are in the same profession and they don't even like it, but they just do it because of, well, they want to rub shoulders with such and such. And they're miserable. He pointed out a lot of people that wasn't even making money. It's just for the name,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a stressful job.
Mhm.
Just do what you love. But when you are looking down on others, that's one thing. He never played that. I remember I had this friend that I introduced him to, and he, people nosy white people like asking you what you do.
Mhm.
So he asked her. He was like, "Oh, what do you do?" And she was like, she kind of like passed the question. And then later on, he realized that she didn't ask because he was very attentive, the work he did. And I was like, I don't know why she didn't tell you. So the next time we met up, he had invited us to her to dinner with us. And he told her, he walked up to her, he said, let me tell you something. Don't ever be embarrassed about what you do is work. He said, your job is so important that it makes it easy when I come from work. A number of people come from work that in what we may call higher profession. You make it easy that you put stuff on the shelf that we don't have to go dig in a factory for it. You
Mhm.
help me to eat. So don't be ever embarrassed about telling someone you work at a grocery store.
Exactly. Like
Your
there
job
was
is honor.
one day I had a oh my god, this was probably 2 years ago. And
Hmm.
I was doing DoorDash part time.
Hmm.
It was when my son was about to graduate. And you know, all the graduation around that time is very expensive. So I was doing DoorDash on the side so I can get him all his graduation shit, the parties and all that shit, right?
Hmm.
And this lady tipped me like 50 something dollars.
Hmm.
And I'm thinking, oh shit, this bitch done fucked up. She about to call the DoorDash customer service and
Hmm.
try to, get her money back and all this
Hmm.
kind of shit. I hit her number back when I was like a few blocks from her house, and I was
Hmm.
like, did you mean to? And nobody else probably would have done that. But I was like,
Hmm.
did you mean to? And she was like, you know what? It is cold out here and I am sick. I got three sick babies at home and I didn't feel like cooking. I couldn't go out. And I really appreciate everything you guys do. And no, I really meant to give you that tip.
Hmm.
And I'm like, I ain't even did nothing special. I picked her fucking food up and dropped it off. I
Hmm.
mean, it's like
Hmm.
people shade people who have those type of jobs, but then
Hmm.
on the flip side, we need those people with those type of jobs.
Yeah, those are the ones that's bringing it to you, making it
Yes,
convenient for you to sit up in your home. So
exactly.
why then they're giving you a service? And you know why I say these people are so stupid? Why would you trust a person like that with your food if that's the way you think?
Yes, exactly.
That
And
food that's going in your stomach.
I used to work at fast food restaurants when I was younger, like most people. And I know some people have said before, I don't trust these people who deliver my food and whoop whoop whoop. I said I wouldn't trust the motherfucking
Who
cooks.
fix it?
Y'all talking about the people who pick up the food, like the shit is taped up, the bag is taped up, the
Hmm.
straws is taped down to the cups. I
Hmm.
mean, what if you
Let
work
me
for a
tell you,
service like
a
that?
chef.
Like that's the last thing you think about. Honest to God, there are a few random dumb motherfuckers out there who might try to sneak a fry out your shit, but most
Mhm.
people who do those jobs, they trying to get your shit to you as fast as
To
possible
get to the
and
next
get some
person.
high ratings so they can hurry up and get to the next motherfucking customer. Now, what you need to worry about is the nasty motherfuckers behind the motherfucking grill,
Because
picking their boogers, they
most
smoking
men
their
don't wash their
cigarettes,
hands.
they scratching their balls, and they not washing their hands while they making your food. That's who the fuck you should be worried about.
Most men do not wash their hand when they use the
Girl,
bathroom.
how many times you done went to a restaurant and you saw motherfuckers smoking cigarettes outside the restaurant and they come right up in the restaurant and get behind the grill?
Hmm.
They think they ain't got to wash their hands because they didn't go to the bathroom.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
And
I used
that's
to
a
work a lot
regular occurrence.
of
Not
times.
only that, we only start wearing masks. We only figure out how deadly it is at when pandemic came
When the
about that we were
pandemic hit.
wearing
Oh,
masks.
now we
But
want to, oh
people
my God, don't
sneeze
touch my
on your
food, don't touch
damn
my food.
food. You
But
think if a
before
chef
then,
have to sneeze, he gonna hold the sneeze and go to the bathroom? No, he's sneezing on your shit.
Before then, they didn't give a fuck. Like I always tell this story when I worked at Mickey D's when I was younger. And if you work at McDonald's before, there's that long rack that you put all those hash browns on, those little oval restaurant hash browns at McDonald's, and you can put like 15 or 20 of them in the rack, and you drop them down in grease. And what happened was somebody had ran into me, hit me in my arm, and I dropped the motherfucker on the ground. And so I
Mhm.
picked them all up and I threw them in the trash. And the supervisor came up to me and said, "If you don't get that shit out that motherfucking trash can and put them shits in the thing so they can be served," I said, "What?" He said, "Ain't that much shit in the trash can? Put them, child." When I tell you, he was dead serious. So what
Mhm.
had happened was he made sure I took that shit out the trash can. But what I did was when he went back to his little office,
Mhm.
I dumped that shit out and I made a
Mhm.
whole new set of hash browns. Because even as a teenager,
You knew better.
I knew better. Like, what the fuck? Like, this motherfucker, I dropped the shit on the floor and the floor was all dirty.
Mhm.
He's talking about, if you don't put that shit back in the little hash brown sacks and serve that. I was like, I'm
Mhm.
thinking, oh my God. I went home and told my mom and dad. They was like, what?
Mhm.
I said, Mom and Dad, that really happened on everything that
Mhm.
really happened. But you know, when
Mhm.
he went to his little office, I wasn't about to serve that shit. Shit, they
Mhm.
probably eating all kind of hairs and all kind of lint off the damn floor.
Mhm.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. Y'all, people be worried about their delivery drivers when they should be worried about the cooks.
Her cooks.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think that's what I think is the problem with Jay Wilson, the demeaning of others that people don't understand. And then, he was in a predicament himself when he came to YouTube and people helped you.
Yeah, when he had lost his job and he was doing
Yes,
Airbnb
yes. So
and
you
all
never,
that stuff.
and
Yeah,
the thing why people need to be mindful. The same people you see on your way up is the same people you're gonna see on your way down. Be mindful how you treat others.
yeah.
And that's why I tell you, Tanya, that's why during this time it's like so difficult for me because I don't think I did anything special, you know, to be blessed the way that I've been blessed because it's just natural for me to care for someone. It's
But
just
you know
natural for me
what?
to love.
You know what I learned in life?
Hmm.
And I grew up in church.
Hmm.
I grew up in the hood. I grew up in the church. I grew up with not a lot of means.
Hmm.
So one thing I have learned was to truly appreciate the small things. And I tell
Hmm.
my sons this all the time, like, kids, they get
Hmm.
upset about the most minimal shit, right?
Hmm.
Like, oh my God, they about to blow their top. Oh my God, this happened. I'll be like, nigga,
Hmm.
when we was little, you know how you go into the old story. We was little, we had to put a water hose to the neighbor's house to get water. You know what I'm saying? Our shit was always off. We didn't know if we was gonna have lights when you come home from school. What's gonna be on today? What's gonna be off? We gonna have cable? We gonna have a phone? We
Hmm.
didn't know. I'm like, y'all be up here getting upset about the most minimal bullshit. And so I taught my kids to just be able to respect everybody, treat
Hmm.
people how they want to be treated, and
Hmm.
appreciate the
Hmm.
minimal things in life. Because, like you say, I heard you say that before,
Hmm.
but karma can
Hmm.
be a bitch
Hmm.
or karma can be a blessing.
Hmm.
And even
Hmm.
if you doing something that's just as, I don't know, having a job and you gotta be in customer service and
Hmm.
those people who calling you, you just
Hmm.
being the best customer service person you can be. Or
Hmm.
if you a nurse and you being the
Hmm.
best nurse you can be, if you a
Hmm.
sacker at Walmart and you being the best sacker you can be,
Hmm.
sometimes it's not how much you do, it's the
Hmm.
way you do it and how you come across to people.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
don't
The thing.
the most amazing shit. You don't have to give
Hmm.
$1 million to a charity. You
Hmm.
don't have to. I mean, to be blessed.
Hmm.
You don't have to
The
do
thing.
major shit to be blessed.
The thing that I've always shared, if you could appreciate the little, God is gonna give you the big.
Yep.
And the thing is, I was still not. It was just easy for me to be nice. It was easy for me to care. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't think it was nothing special that I did.
Yep.
I look at it and I'm like, I was on Section 8. I did this. I received food stamps before. Me and my kids, there's times we didn't have, nothing for Christmas.
Girl, I done been in the projects. I done been in the damn what's that Christmas shit? The Secret Santa. You know how they had the shit around
Mhm.
Christmas?
Mhm.
The free Santa gifts or free Christmas
Mhm.
toys.
Mhm.
Girl, I done all that shit. You know,
Mhm.
when I was a young parent, and Section 8, the projects,
Mhm.
shit, I was raised in the projects, and then I
Mhm.
had to come back to the motherfuckers when I had my oldest son. So
Mhm.
like I said, there's certain things in my life. I done been up, I done been down, I done lost some, I done lost homes, I done lost cars, I done lost. I'm proud of where I am right now.
Oh,
Some
oh.
people are ashamed and embarrassed
Mhm.
by their losses throughout
Mhm.
life. How can you
Mhm.
be ashamed and embarrassed when it's a hard knock motherfucking life?
Mhm. But it's not how you start, it's how you
It's how
finish.
you finish.
It's how you finish.
It's how you
And you know
finish.
what? It's just like the story with Birdie, and that someone was able to, speak up for you.
That motherfucking officer
Yeah,
got me out of 3 to 5. There's
yeah.
certain things that I will never
Your
ever
humbleness,
forget.
your humbleness.
And
And
every time I
even
see that
though,
officer to this day, we
mhm,
have this understanding. I ain't even gotta say what's up. I ain't gotta say hi. He looks at me, he tips his head, he
mhm,
says, how niggas are, what's up, the little nod. Like,
mhm,
it's been years
mhm,
since my little heydays in the street. But
mhm,
every time I see that one particular officer who basically saved my motherfucking life,
mhm.
I never forget
Did
it.
you ever have a conversation with him?
Never forget it. We never had a
You
conversation.
should.
Never had a conversation
You
at all.
should.
He still calls me
The
to the.
next time you see him, you should tell him, you should have a conversation with him.
I'm scared to have a conversation with him because I
Why?
know, because I'm like, whew,
Tanya,
uh-uh.
wait, when you see where you are to where you was, and someone have made such a difference that you could have, because once you get into one, you get into two, three, four, just down that line. But he made the difference. You should have a conversation with him.
I don't know. It's just like,
You
I
should.
kind of like,
Maybe,
okay,
maybe,
that shit has
maybe he
happened.
think you
That shit is in
forget.
the past.
Maybe he think you
Know,
forget.
I don't know. I'm just like, when I see him, I literally be like, "Hey, what's up?" We like, "Hey, what's up?" How you doing? But we never like really had a conversation. That shit happened so long ago. It's like
But it
so.
don't matter. Look at the woman that you are today. You to have something attached to your name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Just
he did. Some people say that I have this teacher in my life, or I have this college professor in my life, or I have this football coach in my life. It was him. I mean, I done
mhm,
been through scared straight several times. I done been through all kind of different things growing up. But it was that one particular officer who
mhm,
just happened to be best friends with the judge. I mean, I can't make this shit up. When I say my mother, the super Christian, the Bible thumping, next to
mhm.
Jesus, acting Christian, was up in there. I mean, just speaking in tongues and crying and wailing, and I mean,
But
just
believe
he
me,
just
her
knew I was
prayers,
gonna go to prison for. I'm like, okay, mom,
believe
please,
me,
right.
her prayers did make a
Her
difference
prayers prevaileth. How they say the
because
prayers of the
that
righteous.
man could have been somewhere else, and God was like, "I'ma be that ram in the bush."
Man, he was that ram in the bush. It just happened that he was there, and he was like, "What's going on? Why are you crying? Why your mom acting all theatrical?" I mean, my mom was doing the most, child. Doing the most.
She was trying to bring Jesus.
She was doing the most. She was trying to bring Jesus to the damn front of the damn chambers. Like, but he said, "Let me go." He said, "I know that judge. Let me go holler at her."
Mhm.
I'm looking at him like,
You know the judge.
well, okay, whatever. I'm like looking at him like, what the fuck ever. Like, yeah, I know this officer. He does security at the McDonald's where I work at, and but he didn't know me really that well. He just knew me as Birdie because I always wore the Birdie
That's
costume at
God.
parade. But that day he was like, when that judge came back when I had to go see her again, and she said, little Birdie spoke to me.
Mhm.
That just changed my
Mhm.
life. And so, I mean,
Mhm.
there are certain things that I went through in life that changed my life. So I can't speak down on people who have less than me. I
Mhm.
can't speak down on people who are might not be living in the best situation or driving the best
Mhm.
car or have the best job or
Mhm.
it's like I can't because I
I
know where I
tell
come from.
people, I tell people, I know what it's like to not have.
Thank you.
So
Ramen
because
noodles
I
and hot
know that
dogs every day.
I will never ever look down. And I didn't do. It's all God, it ain't me. Cause girl, from the road that I travel, if I had to pick it by myself, I might have picked another abuser.
Girl, growing up in the summertime, parents at work, mama complaining because we out of school, ain't enough food to go around. We eating hot dogs and ramen noodles every day.
Mm,
We eat syrup sandwiches, butter sandwiches. I mean, we grew up really, like I said, everything that I've been through today back then made me the stronger
mhm,
parent that I am today. I got two
mhm.
grown sons. I'm so proud of them.
Ain't a girl baby.
They didn't have to go through all the things like I went through when I was younger.
Mhm,
We had our trials and tribulations as me
mhm,
as a young parent,
mhm,
trying to raise them, trying to keep a roof over our head, but it was nothing like what I went through when my
mhm.
mother was doing that for me. So, and
And you
I
know
do believe
what?
that with every generation is supposed
Gets
to be better.
better.
It's supposed to
Gets
be better.
better.
Yep.
And
Yep.
your children gonna do better than you did, and their children gonna
Exactly.
do better, and we gonna keep this thing moving.
We're gonna keep it
So
moving, we're gonna keep it
so
rolling.
people
Yes.
don't have to come on YouTube, and that's the thing is, when the worst lie you could tell is to yourself, and even when you believe it, you
Yeah.
on here, it's got to be tiring when you get on here and you pretend so much and you go back to your squalor or your little mattress on the floor, or you gotta look, you got to be, girl, this shit is depressing.
You know what? When I first moved out, well, the times like okay, so like I had moved out from home, and I tell these stories every now and then, but I didn't have a place to stay, and some of my closest friends, they let me stay with them. This was through 12th grade year. I was just sleeping everywhere, still going to school every day, catching the bus wherever I slept that night. I caught the bus to school, but it's like the things like that, like when somebody allows you to come into their home, come into their space, and you ain't got shit. I
Mhm.
mean, when I say, I guess a lot of people on here on this platform have never been through shit.
They have.
That's what I'm getting at
They
because they,
have.
they they must have never been through shit for them to drag people the way they do about their circumstances.
I have, and I know they have too. Because, honey, your example of what you're showing right now, when you think you're hiding it, you actually revealing yourself.
Mhm.
You live just who you are. You
And I'm
talk about the
honest with
past,
myself, and
but
I'm truthful with myself.
the stretch from where you were to where you are right now, you are the living example of it. A lot of people, you could tell when they open their mouth.
Yeah,
So
you can.
I don't even know you. What am I posing for you for? What you gonna do for me off of here?
And that's why I was talking to Sassy. You know the Sassy show, right? I love Sassy.
Mhm,
And Sassy was on my show earlier, and I was talking to her. I'm like, I know we all like are in the beef sector area. And
mhm,
I said, but are we people who don't beef? Really beef sector? And
mhm,
she broke it down really well. She was like,
mhm,
you know what? It's kind of like having a job.
mhm.
Everybody works at the same job, but somebody might be a janitor, somebody might be a cashier, somebody might be the president, somebody might work in customer service, things like that. She's like, we're all beef sector. Just some of us might be subscribers, some of us might be super subscribers, where we hop on panels all the time, but we don't want to start a channel. And then some
Tanya.
of us might be content creators who beef, and some of us are content creators who just do commentary. And she said that's where a lot of us fall in, but we're still beef sector. And she broke it down really well because for a while I was like, I ain't beef sector. I don't beef. I don't argue. I'm not fighting. I'm not about to.
Tanya,
I'm not about to. I come on here and I say my shit and do my commentary and then I get off. You either
Tanya,
like it or you
so
don't.
Tanya, so that's why when I came up here, you called me the interior designer of the beat sector.
Yeah, girl, hey, I gotta give you your props.
Girl, I am not decorating for them. They're gonna mess
But
it
you
up.
are the when I say that, like, okay, some people call me the cake decorator of the
Uh-huh.
B sector.
Hmm.
And I take that shit.
You ain't making no cake for them.
I mean, I take that shit because they know I am okay. I mean, when the last damn Vegas gate that Sean was supposed to have, I was supposed to be the one making all the desserts.
Mm-hmm.
So, and a lot of people remember that shit from back then. So, like, some people might be like, oh, that's the lawyer of the B sector, that's the baker of the B sector, that's the chef
Mm-hmm.
of the B sector, that's the, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
some of us have
I get what you're saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
some
I'm
of us
just
have things
fooling
that
around.
people know us for. People know our works. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So
Cause you
yeah,
know what
you
is
are the interior
surprising?
decorator of the
Mhm.
B sector because I got to give you props. Oh,
Thank you. But you know what? It's so ironic you say that. And I never thought about it before because I have dropped down tracks that I've never dropped down in. I'll just, view them. And then all of a sudden, one day they have a topic that I like and I drop down and they'd be like, oh my God, y'all know who's in here? Designs by me. I saw her knock down that wall. I saw her do, let me tell you, I seen her do this. And I'm like, ooh, I don't
And
want
that's how
to
I am every time. Like, man, when I watch your videos, I mean, I done watched a lot of your videos. Okay. And when that one video, I'll never forget the one where you said, oh, we're just going to move this staircase over here. And I'm like, what the fuck? She gonna move the whole staircase. Now you had to spiral. I can't remember if it was spiral, if it was like a half
No,
spiral.
it was just a half. It
It
was
was
just
a half
had it
spiral.
in the
Okay.
corner.
And you said, oh, we're just gonna move this staircase over here. And I'm like,
Well,
you did like all kind of other shit. You was just doing so much stuff. And then I
mm-hmm,
would watch your videos. You would be all in the basement. You had shit everywhere. You was painting this,
mm-hmm,
tarnishing this, um,
mm-hmm,
working on the house outside, the inside of the house,
mm-hmm,
and you was like redoing shit. I don't even know the terms. Like
mm-hmm.
re, re,
Refinishing.
refinishing, yeah, like chairs
Mm-hmm,
and tables
mm-hmm,
and all kind of shit. And so you were very inspirational to a lot
mm-hmm,
of us who, we watch the HGTV, but to just
mm-hmm,
see somebody in the beast, like I know what that feels like because there are people who say, I watch like people on YouTube or people on TV who decorate cake, like the cake boss. Like, you know how many times people said I need to go on those shows?
mm-hmm,
Like, why you don't go on the cake boss? Why you don't? Because I don't want to go on the cake boss. I mean, I don't. I just like to make cakes for friends and families and
mm-hmm,
decorate and all that kind of stuff. But it's like the same feeling that people have towards your,
mm-hmm,
it might not be your career, but it's
mm-hmm.
your talents and your skill.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feel that way too when people be like, "Oh my God, it's the cake lady, it's Tanya." You
I
know,
was at first I'm like, damn, what I did. What she
yeah.
you know who did that to me lately here? Read the Heart of Philadelphia. I dropped down in her chat. And she was like, y'all, she was dragging. She was just dragging somebody. And I popped down. I was like, hello. And then she noticed me. She stopped dragging and telling people about me. She was dropping my link. She was like,
But
what?
somebody used to embarrass me all the time. I used to be my I don't even blush. My cheeks felt like I was blushing
Mhm,
all the time. And that was Jay Wilson. Like
mhm,
when I first started coming into the B sector and started getting to know everybody and jumping in all these panels, he
mhm,
used to always, as soon as I dropped down in his chat under my Tanya's Primetime TV,
mhm.
oh God, it's the cake lady, it's the cake lady. You need to send me that strawberry cake. I mean, every time I drop down in his panel, I'd be like, oh my God, why are you always talking about my cake? I was kind of like embarrassed, but everybody be like, oh, it's the
I
cake
used
lady,
to
it's
be
the cake
like
lady.
this
I just want to come in the chat and I
and
just want to chill.
just be you.
It just be me. But every time I came in Jay Wilson's chat, he was like, "When you gonna send me some cakes? When you gonna send me some cakes?" And that's like how I think that's one way Sean. No,
Mhm.
no, that's not how Sean found out about me when he asked me to do his Vegas gate.
Mhm.
He who was it? Food Junkie.
Mhm.
Remember Food Junkie? He had a video. He put a video out, and he said he wanted people to put out a video of their skills or their talents or
Mhm.
something like that.
Mhm.
So what I did was I made like a minute video
Mhm.
where I just displayed all my desserts, all my cake decorating, my parties, things like that, events that
Mhm.
I did,
Mhm.
and he saw that, and that's how Sean came to talking to me
Mhm.
and asked me would I do like the desserts at the Vegas gate. So that's
Mhm.
how that happened.
Mhm.
So yeah, you just never know. Like I'll say
Mhm.
that all the time. You never know who's watching you.
You never know.
You
And
never know.
that's why, some people could tarnish themselves even before they get where they have to go. If you really
Yep.
want to make something about what you're doing,
Yep.
and you just never know who's going to drop in the chat or how far your video is going to go one day and someone is going to see it and say, you know what, come do this for me.
You
And
have
that could
no
be the
idea.
exposure. There's this guy that was just making cake online. And
Mhm.
Steve Harvey, somebody told Steve Harvey about him.
Mhm.
And Steve Harvey told him to make a few cakes and bring it to the show.
Mhm.
And he just blew up.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
he's
You
the
never know.
decorator. He's the decorator to stars now.
Yep. You
Okay.
never know, and that's why when I'm on this platform, that kind of stuff stays in the back of my mind.
Mhm.
Because like okay, like Brianna said today, call my job. I don't care. Call my job. Dox me. Da 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 da. She's telling this to Kimmie because Kimmie has been giving it to her and giving it to other people. And when Brianna
Mhm.
finally she just I don't know, she just cracked today. I just call it she just
Mhm.
cracked. She was just like, bitch. Okay, all right, you done enough, bitch.
Yeah, you can't walk on
Let
eggshells all the time for
me handle
people.
you real quick, bitch. That's how
Mhm.
Brianna was today. And she's like, I
Mhm.
don't give a fuck. If you call my job, I don't give a fuck. But see, certain things that you do on here,
Mhm.
if you do it right, you ain't got to worry about people calling your job.
Mhm.
Because if they do happen to find out where you work, and you ain't up here doing no junkie stunts and no fuck shit and
Mhm.
doxing people and all that kind of stuff, you ain't
Mhm.
got to worry about if somebody know where you
Mhm.
work.
Mhm.
And a lot of people on here, they be acting like they will never have a fucking job in their motherfucking life. Like
Mhm.
y'all be on here doing the most. Like
Mhm.
your parents, your children will
Mhm.
probably be ashamed of the shit that you on here doing. But you're doing it anyway. And you don't want nobody to know what you look like. You don't want nobody to know where you live, where you work. But then you're attacking other people.
Mhm.
And that's why I said karma, we all know, is a bitch, or she can be a blessing. It's how you live your life and how you treat people, how karma is going to come back on you. So I try to treat people right. I try to come on here and give my little commentary without like going in on people, and I don't be up here dragging, and I don't be trying to embarrass folks. I just come up here and I just do commentary on what I see
Mhm.
and what I
Mhm.
hear, and then I get off the panel. I mean, I go to bed, I go about my life, my business.
Mhm.
But I'm not about to be on here beefing. And the one thing about it is with the B sector, like VS that came back, right?
Mhm.
You see all the motherfuckers who ain't even from this sector trying to call her ass out.
Mhm. Cause they heard about the infamous.
They picking at her. They want to
Mhm.
fight. They want to
Mhm.
argue. Like Brandon said, y'all want to argue.
Mhm.
And they don't even know this lady. They don't even know
Mhm.
this girl.
But
But
it
they're doing it for
shows.
clout. They're doing it for clout because they trying to pull her. They trying to pull her card. They trying to see, oh, this bitch is who they make her out to be. The villain of the B sector, the boogeyman of the B sector. We gonna see what it gives. I wouldn't
Mhm.
even fall for none of that shit if I was BS.
Mhm. But let
Fuck
me.
y'all. I don't know y'all motherfuckers. Fuck y'all.
But it shows that, I mean, you and I and countless others, you could be from here because we're here all the damn time.
Yeah.
And you could talk about the stuff, but not actually like partake, because we ain't getting into people's lives like that. You talk about what you see, what they put on here.
Yeah.
That's what we talk about.
Yeah, that's what I do.
And
The
and
commentary.
your name has not been called in any drama, or
I don't want to be involved in any drama. I just want to do my commentary. And again, if people like the commentary, they'll like it. They'll give me the like, the share. If they
Mhm,
don't, they'll bypass the hood table or my backup channel, Times Primetime TV. They'll just
mhm,
bypass me, and that's good too. But
mhm,
nobody's going to make me or force me
mhm,
into a beef or anything like that. I like being a part of the beef sector, but I don't
mhm,
all that beefing and dragging
mhm.
and trying to make somebody's life miserable and
Or having you
degrade people and
choose,
all that. That's not in me.
or
Now,
having you choose.
real life,
Mhm,
real life. If somebody was to fuck with me, that's totally different.
mhm,
On the internet, nah, nope.
mhm,
You're not even gonna bring me out of character to be able to use that against me to try to assassinate me
mhm,
in my life.
mhm,
Because that's what a lot of people do too. They try to bring you out and have you disgrace yourself and do things to embarrass yourself or
mhm,
implicate yourself, then they want to report you and they want to dox you and they want to try to ruin your life because of things that you might have said to them. You know what I'm
mhm,
saying?
mhm,
You can't play me that way. I'm from the streets.
mhm.
I'm really from the streets, bitch. Shit. Some people up here be like, I'm from here, I'm from here, I'm from here. I'm really from the street, bitch.
Mhm,
And you
mhm.
can't even try.
Your street cred, your street cred is real.
Yeah, the street credit is real, man. And when I do like my shows on my Friday Night Lights with all my homies from where I'm from, like y'all hear the stories. Shit,
Mhm,
this ain't shit ain't for play. You know what we
mhm.
have really done in our real life.
And the thing about it, Tanya, a lot of these people is for play. They have not been through stuff, because believe me, you ain't gonna be on here threatening nobody, and y'all gonna never meet up. Like, I ain't
Right.
wasting my
Like the
time
shit,
like
like,
that.
okay, let's say for example, Five Baby and Tracy, y'all in the same motherfucking city.
Hmm.
Oh, somebody see from here, we would have been a ran up.
Girl,
Wait a minute, you in the same motherfucking city? I didn't walk up to bitches and seen them at Walmart, bitch. What you had to say?
it's on.
Like,
You live in Omaha, and I'm all the
like,
way in Tennessee, and we
I
talking
mean,
about we
like the
gonna
shit
fight.
that we be talking on here. Y'all
Hmm.
live in the same fucking city, and I'm not just trying to put all the sunshine, the light on her, but
Hmm.
other people
But
too.
it's the perfect example.
Y'all talk all that shit on the social media, and y'all live in the same motherfucking city and be talking all this biggie bad shit, but won't meet up.
Hmm.
Like that's why I don't. Some of the people on here, I don't even take them seriously.
That's what I'm saying. Not taking it
I
seriously,
don't take it
because
seriously. If you can go to the
you in Omaha,
and
you
talk
all the
about
way
this,
where you at, and I'm where I'm at, and I'm gonna threaten you, and we may never end up meeting up with each other. So what are we talking about? That's
girl,
just wasted space.
like we at the show, and everybody on YouTube talking about what they
Girl.
do on site. But
And
you at the
nothing happened.
show, dipping in the pool together and in the sauna and the jacuzzi, kikiing it up. And then come
Girl.
back home and it's all over again. What I'm gonna do with you on site. Bitch, no nobody take your
Yeah,
ass
I
serious.
know I'm not a fighter. I'm not a fighter. I
But
know
then
you would.
they want to talk
Hold
about
up,
yes
Tanya,
and what
Tanya.
she did in real life in the streets. Like, how the fuck y'all gonna talk about her and drag her ass? But y'all on here keyboard gangsters, and when y'all see each other in real life, y'all don't do shit. But then y'all want to talk about this female who has been stalked and harassed and followed, and she did shit, and y'all want to tell her, oh, well, you shouldn't have done that. But y'all still on this motherfucking platform every day talking about all this big shit like what y'all gonna do in real life in the streets.
Tanya, but you know
None
what
of
I can
y'all
see?
can even thump somebody on the forehead.
Hmm.
Like,
Tanya, you know what I could have seen? You telling me about your past. You were walking in the show, and go bop, bop,
they
bop.
say they fake. They fake. If I say it's on site, it's on site. Like I'm not about to come up to no show anywhere else. Like I said, when Deanna was having her shit, I said, "Bitch, you know I got a Glock 17 9mm, and it's coming to Mississippi with me, right?" It's like, girl, I already know you carry just like I do, bitch. Bring your shit. I don't go
Mhm,
nowhere without my weapon, and I
mhm,
don't go nowhere without friends or family. I don't
mhm.
go nowhere alone. I'm definitely not traveling out of town alone.
I've
Especially
never.
some place where I know bitches that said they gonna fight me on sight.
Mhm.
Like, bitch,
I've
don't let
never
nobody
been a
jump in.
fighter.
Don't
I've
let nobody
never
jump
been a
in. I got
fighter.
this. Just make sure nobody jump
Yeah. I've
in.
I've never been a fighter, and no, I don't carry a weapon.
And I have.
Mhm,
You know, everybody who grew up in the hood don't be like, you can grow up in the hood and
mhm,
not be hood. You can grow up
mhm,
in the ghetto and not be ghetto. You know what I mean?
mhm,
I was growing in the hood and I was hood and I was
mhm,
ghetto and I fought all the time.
mhm,
So it's not like I come on here and be like, oh yeah, I was raised in the hood, but I done told y'all my story before. I
mhm,
was raised in the hood, but I also went to church a lot. I fought
mhm.
in church and I fought in the streets. It's
Oh
not
Lord, you.
it like it was nothing, it was nothing. And my mother, she
Mhm.
was just like, oh,
I'm
that's
I'm the type of person I'll quicker walk away from something or someone. And when I walk away, I don't look back. I don't have to hate you. I just don't deal with you.
and see that's me and my mature,
Mhm.
older, uh, as an adult. As an
Mhm.
But back in my day, it was
Mhm.
it was whatever, But we all grow up and we all mature and we have
Mhm.
children and we have jobs and we have things, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I still, I'm telling you, from the
Got a
people
little bit in you.
what they want to say,
Mhm.
but I'm telling you, when that shit happened with VS and she was out there with the damn Tanya, her real name Tanya. I hate we got the same name, but her name Tanya, aka Shireen. Like
Mhm.
it was like, bitch, we would have stopped that bitch. Like people are like, oh, why'd she do that? She could have walked away. Oh my God, she has children. Oh my God, like everybody ain't raised like that.
Mm, mm-mm,
Everybody ain't raised the same way.
mm-mm,
And although VS had to do probating
mhm,
and be banished off of social media, and
mhm,
some people that's like, fuck that. I gotta stand up for myself and stand up for my family and my kids.
mhm,
Who gives a
mhm,
fuck about a social motherfucking media?
mhm,
And I mean, really, was she off social media?
mhm,
She might not have had a channel, but we all know she was here.
mhm,
She might not have dropped down in those chats,
mhm.
but we all know she was here. So I
I
mean,
didn't I didn't think that much. I didn't think that she, yeah, maybe every now and then peeked in, but I didn't think that she was here. So now that I'm seeing,
that's why she know a lot of the people.
no,
And a
no,
lot of the folks might not know all
now,
the storylines, but she know.
now that I'm seeing her and hearing from her, I
Uh huh.
realize that she didn't skip a beat.
She didn't skip a beat. Like you can
Mhm,
tell somebody, oh, you can't be on social media. That don't mean you can't watch it.
mhm.
Yeah, and I know
She
it
was
probably
on
affected
here.
her
No,
like.
I'm thinking about it. She was on here, but just under a different name.
Right, and she could have been. And I know, like most of us, social media it means a lot to us. To be able to
Mhm.
talk to our people and our.
I know, girl.
So I
Cause
know
you
it
want.
probably hurt her to not be
Mhm.
on here physically
Mhm.
typing and communicating and going back and forth. But it's like, as sometimes in your life, like I know that from experience, you have to
Mhm.
stand up for yourself. And like after that, it's like wherever the fucking cards lie,
Mhm.
wherever the fucking cards fall.
But let me tell you, I don't told a lie. I was like Sunday night. I said to myself, no, Saturday. I listened to all the mess. I went to different channels. And then I heard somebody talking about somebody else, and I had to Google it to go. I had to find the name and stuff because a lot of channels I don't go to. I don't chase the mess. But Saturday I was this weekend I was doing it. And then Sunday night I said to myself, "Girl, what are you doing? You fall asleep listening to that. And I'm like, I ain't doing that. I ain't watching the messy side of YouTube. I start unsubscribing from people. But girl, it still shows up my timeline because I'll say, well, I'm gonna keep this person and this person. And then one person said, actually, Deanna came on Monday, and then I hear what she said, and I'm like, oh, BS was here. Let me go see the next one and the next one.
Because it's like I know people who said, oh my gosh, she's back. I don't really like her.
Mhm,
I'm like, but if you are a real B sector or if you are a real B sector
mhm,
follower, it
mhm,
don't matter if you really like a person or not. If you get the tea and you get the entertainment and it's action, I mean, watching VS come back to the sector is like watching a fucking movie
mhm,
that just hit the theaters. It's like
mhm,
everybody's out there trying to watch. And if you're not
mhm,
out there trying to watch, and everybody's like, why the fuck you ain't seen this movie yet?
mhm,
Like, regardless how you feel about her, she brings the entertainment.
mhm.
And just
Yeah.
watching her, one thing I always loved about her is her interviewing skills.
Mm.
We saw that today.
Where?
We saw that today when she was talking to Kimmie, when she was talking the other day when she was talking to Shells, when she was talking to Bree, when she was talking to
She was
the,
talking to she was
like
talking
she
to who
has she
shells? Who
knows what
shells?
questions to ask.
Who
She
shells?
knows, huh?
Who shells?
Oh, I'm sorry. I call her Shells, Shelly.
She
S
talked
S.
to her?
Yeah, she was. Oh my god, girl, she was on when she was talking to whose panel was she on the other day? Oh my god, she was on Baylor's panel.
Mhm.
And I think my son, Cameron, you want some? I'm sorry, my son just came home. What's up?
Mhm.
Oh, he said, "What's up, y'all?"
Hey.
Want an introduction? Cam, man, you want an introduction? Boy, if you don't get the hell out. I didn't mean introduction. I mean, welcome home, son. Welcome home, son. Love
Let me
you.
tell you, those boy children
Oh,
think
he
they're
up there talking
somebody.
about no
My
welcome
son
home.
will come in the house and I'm on the phone. He was like, what? You ain't gonna get up and say, like,
They not
welcome
like
home,
that.
give
Like,
me a
what's
hug.
up? Like,
I'm like, boy, if
what?
you don't get away from me.
Because he know when I be on a roll on my videos and stuff. He just be playing. Cam is crazy, but yeah,
Mhm.
I like her interviewing skills, and
Yeah,
she
but where she was. I'm
well
like
tonight.
I said I wasn't watching none of the mess, but no, I
Well,
think
did
I'm
you
getting
see
back
her? You
into.
saw her tonight, right? At first, she started.
No, no, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay, so make sure you first of all make sure you subscribe to her channel.
Mhm.
It's BS Icon. And then she
Mhm.
has been doing commentary on Bayless channel. You know, Bayless, she was part of TSCC. Her name is Sirius Bayless.
Mhm. Mhm.
So she has been over there. And then tonight she also went. Well, the other day she was on James. Oh my God, you missed the show that she had on James channel
Mhm.
on
Mhm.
Trey Charlane.
Yeah, I
Ooh,
didn't see that.
honey, you definitely got to watch that one because that's where
Mhm.
Shells was, Shelly S. Hutchinson, and they
Mhm.
had it was a big thing. Nika and Shelly got into it. Oh gosh, you missing the tea child. And then tonight,
Nika
after
and Shelly got into it.
Shelly and Nika, yes, and because VS dropped some tea, but I'm telling you, you gotta go watch it yourself. And so then tonight,
What?
after VS got off of Bayless channel, speaking with Bree and Kimmie came over there, and Bree and Kimmie got into it, and then VS went over to Kimmie's channel, and Kimmie and VS was having a show. But I'm telling you, it's like I just couldn't. And then Bree came live, and she was dragging Kimmie. I just can't keep up. I need a secretary. I need somebody to be like, okay, you watch this while I
Girl,
watch this
that's
video.
that bad car accident people talk about.
It was like a pile up today. Honestly, it
Mm,
was like a pile up on I-80.
mm.
So yes, and I was saying when VS dropped in my chat tonight, I was saying at the beginning of my
He
show,
dropped in
I,
your chat?
yeah, I was like,
Bitch.
I don't know how she come across my little old channel, but I was saying before she dropped down, I said I love the fact that VS, even though she needs to build her channel up and build her hours up because she already got the subscribers, the bitch that got okay, me and my little crew, we was placing bets. Like how many subscribers you think she'll have by yesterday afternoon?
Mhm.
I said 3,000. one of my panel mates said 5, and somebody else said another number. Basically, I won because she had like 2,400
Mhm.
almost by noon, so I would have won that little bet. But
Mhm.
she still has, you got to get the 4,000 watch hours,
Mhm.
before you get monetized and shit like that. So I was saying, even though she needs to get her watch hours and all that, and get her channel monetized, she's going on different people's panels and
That's
giving them clicks
networking.
to
That's
the views.
networking.
Yes, and I said she's going around meeting all these different YouTubers that she
Mhm.
wasn't affiliated with,
Mhm.
before she, was banned.
Because what she's actually doing by getting on
Right.
these other panel, people who was just heard about her but never seen her before is like, oh my
Exactly.
God, that's
And
that girl
she's
they talk
sharing
about.
like the love. She like sharing the love per se. And so
Mhm.
she dropped down in the chat and she said, "Nope, I sure don't." And I was like, "Oh, hold up, yes, I know I done said a whole bunch of shit. So what exactly are you saying? No, you don't too?" And she says, "No, I don't mind giving other people clicks and views or being on other people's panels." And I said, "Yep, that's what I was saying. Yep, that's what I was saying."
Girl, you should have said, can you come up here so I could do an interview with
Well,
you?
she literally had been on here from 5 o'clock
Mhm.
to the time we started. We started like around what 10 or something, 9:45. So
Mhm.
she was like, "I'm about to get into bed." She said, "I'm about to watch the rest of your show later tomorrow." So she's
Mhm.
gonna finish our show tomorrow. But you know what? I'm just like, a lot of us were never TSCC per
Mhm.
se,
Mhm.
but we still watched and enjoy her.
Yeah, I remember the first time I seen her video.
Uh
They
huh.
were on there with Onsite April and they were acting like they were in the club.
Yeah.
And one person was the DJ. And I'm like, I said to myself, how these people could be on here for so long? Like
Uh,
that imaginary stuff. They don't even know each other. But guess what?
they do skits and all kind of stuff back in the
After the second night or the third night, I said, hold up, am I crazy or they crazy? I said, we crazy together.
Yeah, because they used to have the parties, or not, I don't want to say parties, but they used to play music and they used to do skits and they used to. I remember when VS was doing the hair. I forgot
Hmm.
what the name of her channel was, but she used to do hair.
Hmm.
And then like she kind of started this venturing over into the B sector. I remember when the Chicken Bone Gate or whatever they want to call it with T.S.
Hmm.
Madison. I mean,
That was like a year, like a year or
yeah.
two later.
Yeah, like I was here for all that shit. Like my my
Hmm.
my first channel, Tyann's Prime Time, I created that 5 years ago, but I
Hmm.
was following the B sector at least a whole year before that. So I've been
Hmm.
here about 6 years, and then I started the Hood Table like 4 years
Hmm.
ago. Um,
I,
but
uh-huh. I first
I've
came
been
into
here for
the
a long
sector, this end of YouTube.
time. Uh-huh.
I was just browsing through. I wasn't looking at home decor. I didn't even have a channel yet. Well, I had a channel, but I wasn't posting any content. And then I was just flipping through and I saw this guy in the hospital. No, 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 no. I saw this guy talking about this lady. And I'm like, oh my God, how could he talk about her like that? And one video, once he called her name, I went and put the name in and I went to go look. And
Mm-hmm.
the first video I seen of Lady Nika, she was by a shed talking, but she kept looking back. She in the shed talking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I got the scoop, and then I start going through the videos, and then one video lead to the other video, and I
And
found
that's how it
James.
is, and you become sucked in. Like how I found the B sector
So
was,
James, Sean,
I
and
was a big
Onika.
fan of and I was a big fan, I'm still a big fan of Kaya.
Hmm.
And so I used to follow Kaya on IG, and she had
Hmm.
a Facebook fan page or something like that. And
Hmm.
I would follow her on those platforms when she used to sit on that little red couch in her living room, and
Hmm.
she would like, talk shit and roast people and gag and all that shit. And then she had hooked up with T.S. Madison,
Hmm.
and they were doing like the shows in the TS basement before she had it all
Hmm.
hooked up and shit. And then they fell out.
There's
So
a caller
they
on the
fell out.
line.
Yes, next caller, next case. But they fell out. And so when they fell out, I started watching each of them talking stuff about each other. And
Mhm.
even when Maddie was trying not to talk shit about Kaya, she's like, I love her. That's my sister. She's mad right now, but I'm not gonna drag her. I'm not gonna whatever, whatever, whatever. And then
Mhm.
you know how when you type in that shit in YouTube and you type
Mhm.
their name, then their name might pop up on somebody else's platform. And
Mhm.
that's how I found my way to Jay Wilson and other
Mhm.
people who was doing commentary.
Commentary, yeah.
And then, it just went from there. And that's what a
Mhm.
lot of people say. Like, I know Spillerboy TV said there was no, it's kind of hard to say who the original OGs are to B sector. But
Mhm.
I can honestly say that I think it really originated around Nakaya and T.S. Madison. Like,
Mhm.
and a lot of people do agree with that.
Mhm.
Because most people that's the first thing they come up with. Kaya, T.S. Madison.
Mhm.
That's how I
Mhm.
found my way here.
Mhm.
And
Yeah, but what brought me to knowing James and Nika was Vegas Gate when I saw one video and I had to go binge watch all the rest of the video and the back and forth
yeah,
and the back and forth.
mhm,
And then I had kind of like chilled from watching, and then I started then I was, I was watching this video one night and it was VS and her crew, and then bit by bit I started finding out about the other people.
yep. And I don't even know. I honestly cannot say how exactly I came across VS because it was just so many people I was following, and I mean, I remember Five Aid. I remember her on her patio. I
Mhm.
remember her sitting out there in the morning, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and she was
Mhm.
talking about trending news, and sometimes she would talk about different things on the B sector, or not
Mhm.
B sector, but on YouTube. But it was
Mhm.
usually trending news or something like that, and then somehow VS and the Larry Nelson, and I
Mhm.
can't remember exactly. I
Well,
want to follow the dots, I want to follow the trail. I just remember,
Larry Nelson was with Jay Wilson
yeah,
first.
it was like
Carpet on the wall.
how the fuck did I find Larry Nelson? How the fuck did I find VS? But I knew I found JW first after the
Hmm.
Kaya incident.
And I
But
think I
even
think Jay Wilson. How you found Larry Nelson is through
and
Jay Wilson
that's what I
with
was
a
about to say.
carpet on the
Larry
wall.
Nelson and then Five Babe, she done came off that patio and she started like helping Larry Nelson, and then
Hmm.
VS and them, they were working with his daughter. It was just like it all just
Hmm.
it happened so fast.
Explode.
You kind of be like, how the fuck did I
Hmm.
get here?
Hmm.
And that's
But
how
I,
I
I
felt.
think
Like, how the
I
fuck did
think
I get here?
I think once you found Jay Wilson with the Kaya stuff, then I think what came next, right around that time, him and Larry Nelson had fell out with carpet
Yep,
on the wall.
yep.
Yeah.
Carpet on
And then
my wall. I gotta cry sometimes. Yes, carpet on my walls. I
and
gotta
then
cry.
Larry Nelson feelings was hurt and he started showing inside of his house. He started
Woo!
showing that he had a CD
He had
collection.
a CD collection from the floor to the wall, from the floor to the ceiling. Oh, and then JW, Pastor JW used to talk about his water, the water tank, what
Water
the water
fountain. Hmm.
Culligan man.
Yeah, I can't call him what you just call him. I've been done with that.
Oh my God. Hey, pastor. See, it's
Mm-hmm.
a difference. Pastor and pastor.
Mm-hmm.
It's
I
a
ain't even playing with it.
oh, trust me, I feel you. I totally understand.
I ain't even playing with it.
I
I
totally
hold that in a different esteem.
I totally understand. I totally
Hmm.
understand.
Hmm.
But yes, honey, it's almost 12:30. Y'all know I got a 12-hour shift tomorrow.
Girl, you go to bed. Because when you go to bed, I'm still asleep.
Shit, and then oh my God, I just remembered I gotta be in a meeting at 8:30 in the morning. My supervisor, because around like what's this, February? Around like March is when we get like
Hmm.
our bonuses and they tell us how
Hmm.
much our raises are gonna be. So that's what my meeting is for at 8:30 in the morning to find out, my performance
Hmm.
review and whatever.
You
But
gonna
yeah,
get good. You already done good.
hopefully y'all wish me luck. Hopefully, I get a nice little raise.
Mhm.
But yeah, Mama need a new pair of shoes, child.
Mhm.
But thank you, V. You know I love you, girl, and I
Thank
appreciate when you jump
you.
on the
Thank you so
panel.
much.
And you're always welcome over here.
Thank you.
Shout out to all the people in the chat, all the subscribers.
I did tag your name in that video of my son's room.
Oh, you did? When'd you do that?
I think the same night
You did?
that
I
we
didn't see no
spoke. Yeah.
tag.
Is the hood table.
I didn't even get no tag. You put the hood table? Like the
Yeah. I actually reposted, not reposted, but I shared the video on my community wall.
Okay, I'll go to your community wall then because I don't remember getting a tag
Yeah.
for that, so I'm gonna check that out. But definitely check that out. Anybody, if you're definitely looking for like different decorations, different ways to improve your home, different ways to basically turn things that might be, what do you want to call it? View not
Upcycle DIYs.
antique, but you know, you might want to refurbish some shit or you know, DIY, you know, different things like that. Definitely subscribe to V's channel.
Thank
Definitely
you.
do because well, I'm telling you, she can redecorate. She can. Oh, the one of the things that I really love about your house too. I think it was the curtains. Like how tall is your ceilings?
26 feet.
Girl, girl, trying to put curtains and blinds on them shits. I was like, when you were showing your curtains and what you did with your curtains and all that kind of stuff. Yes, child. Follow V's. Her exact channel name is Designs by V. Is it interior?
Interior designs and lifestyle.
Okay,
Yeah.
interior
But
design.
if you put in designs by V, because I did not change my link.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so just type in Designs by V and y'all should come across her.
Mhm.
There was other people in the chat who
Mhm.
are content creators, so make sure
Mhm.
you check them out. Joanna, EJ, there it is right there. V's Interior Designs and Lifestyle. Of
Mhm.
course, BS dropped down in the chat tonight. And you guys, we do appreciate you. All our supporters of the Hood Table. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Shout out to Vibrant Lowell. She's a huge supporter for a
Mhm.
lot of people in the B sector. So
Mhm.
shout out to Vibrant Lowell for being a supporter to a lot of content creators. But
Mhm.
other than that, you guys,
Have
if
a
you want
good
to bless
night.
the Hood Table or be a blessing to the panel, $ the Hood Table 402. Other than that, stay safe, be blessed, remain vigilant at all times, and always remember to keep it hood.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye. Love you, girl. Good night, everyone.